I had the chance to go to a local greenhouse on Mother's Day. It was so beautiful, and I was just blown away by all of the varieties of flowers and plants. I found the flowers for our window boxes and our front deck planters. It was just such a beautiful, warm day, and I knew that I needed to just take the time to get these plants into the ground, or I maybe never would. I have done that before. Just the simplicity of these colors bring so much joy to me. I think it is something that I've noticed more lately, just the strong impact that beauty has on my day. And when the things around me are beautiful, I feel a greater sense of peace. Unfortunately, the opposite is also true. When I see chaos and clutter around me, I struggle interiorly, and then usually it comes out sideways towards those around me. This beauty I was able to create is so valuable to me and so helpful. When I told my husband how much money I spent to buy all these flowers, he seemed a little bit shocked, but I just reminded him of all of the months that I get to enjoy these flowers, that we get to enjoy them, the joy that it brings to people who drive past our house to see those bright, beautiful colors. And it just makes me really grateful for this new season that is starting. There are just so many new things to look forward to and new beauty to find around us. I've also been reflecting on the uniqueness of this space that I hold here on YouTube, my little corner of the internet. Just this reality of creating content to share a piece of our life with you. Something that hopefully inspires you or encourages you in some way in your daily life. And I really try to show up authentically and with genuine and honest thoughts. And so today I thought I would share some clips of things that have just been going on lately in our lives, and also share a piece of what has been on my heart and mind lately. I am actually going to share some of my honest thoughts that I have been having and feeling, and how I have been challenged towards growth by the Montessori philosophy to just do the challenging work that is necessary to prepare myself as a mother. There are so many times throughout the day that I can feel the guilt that I am not Montessori enough. And maybe I shouldn't feel this way, but when I'm seeing other Montessori content online, it is just really easy to compare to what other people are doing. Yet I know that everybody's circumstances are different, everybody's homes are different, their children are different, and nobody is truly quote unquote Montessori all of the time. Or at least it's not the Montessori that we see on Instagram. And so I decided to take it back to where it all started, with some of the writings of Maria Montessori. But before I share that with you, the reality is that I grow impatient and angry from small things that my children do. I'm often in a hurry and I rush them, or I get irritated by their slow pace, or overwhelmed by all of my own tasks that I need to accomplish. I feel overstimulated when I am being climbed on by my twin boys, and it seems like I just can't get enough of a free moment to go to the bathroom alone, or my brain is at a loss for what problem or thing I should do next around the house. For any mom who is listening to this, I know that I am not alone in these feelings. I've had so many conversations with other moms, and we all seem to relate over these very pressing realities of our day, especially when we have only littles in our care. However, as I've been thinking about all of these things, it's so easy to blame my children for how hard things are. It's easy to complain about how hard and difficult and challenging they are being. But the other day I picked up the book The Secret of Childhood by Maria Montessori, and I turned to the chapter about the spiritual preparation of the teacher, which, for the context of this video and just my life at this point, is the preparation of the mother or the father or anyone in care of children. And so here's what she says. It's a longer quote. She says, "A teacher, therefore, who would think that he could prepare himself for his mission through study alone would be mistaken. The first thing required of a teacher is that he be rightly disposed for his task. The way in which we observe a child is extremely important. It is not sufficient to have a merely theoretical knowledge of education. We insist on the fact that a teacher must prepare himself interiorly by systematically studying himself so that he can tear out his most deeply rooted defects, those in fact which impede his relations with children. He must begin by studying his own defects, his own evil tendencies, rather than by being excessively preoccupied with a child's tendencies, with the manner of correcting a child's mistake, or even with the effects of original sin. First remove the beam from your own eye, and then you will see clearly how to remove the speck from the eye of a child. This interior preparation of the teacher is something quite different from the perfection sought by a religion. A good teacher does not have to be entirely free from faults and weaknesses. In fact, one who is constantly seeking to perfect his own interior life may not notice the various defects that prevent him from understanding a child. We must be taught, and we must be willing to accept guidance if we wish to become effective teachers. In this writing, I am struck by this tendency that I have towards occupying my thoughts with my children's tendencies or their difficulties or challenges instead of first looking to myself. Because what I love and appreciate about the Montessori philosophy is that it is like a triangle. We have the child, the environment, and the adult. And it's these three elements working together that create, these Montessori environments, that we acknowledge the characteristics of the child. We have a prepared environment for their developmental needs, and we as the adult are prepared in a way to be humble and use observation and really look to the needs of our child. I like how she says that a good teacher does not have to be entirely free from faults and weaknesses, but is one who is seeking to perfect his own interior life. And this is really where I see myself right now, just on a constant journey of learning and growing and working on myself and working on being the best version of myself. And so one thing that has helped me in rooting out anger and just creating margin in my day, and these are two thoughts that I want to leave with you, of things that I have done more recently to just create margin in this busy season of life. One, a very practical thing, is having a mother's helper. So like I said, sometimes there's just so much happening in the day, and when things don't get done when they should, it can really start to pile up. I knew that I needed this, but it is incredible what 2 hours of mostly uninterrupted time in your home does for you. So I have just started having 2 little mother's helpers come once a week. They play with the boys, they do simple tasks like fold laundry, sweep, do the dishes. 2 hours in the middle of the morning, and this time has just given me an opportunity to either work on things like creating this video or catch up on some of those piles, the stacks of things that get stacked up, like getting wax off these tablecloths that have been sitting on my bedroom floor for over a month, or vacuum sealing up Christmas pillows that have continued to be picked up off of the floor 10 times a day. This has created margin. The other thing, with summer being right around the corner, I knew that we would be spending so much more time outside and less time indoors, and so I didn't want to be stuck inside dealing with cleaning and picking up toys all the time. So I've been simplifying our home for this season, just paring it down to the basics, keeping out books and puzzles, some balls, a few little games. And this is one of those things where I got to thinking that I'm not Montessori enough. I don't have all of the beautiful trays and everything prepared. And those thoughts started coming into my mind. But then when I really think about it, this simplification of our environment is ultimately beneficial for all of us. It helps us to create one, margin, but two, learning to manage and take care of the things that we do have out and available. And really, it helps my peace of mind, just having things be simpler for our boys, not all of the little pieces and the bits that they don't know how to manage and that I don't have the time to teach them and train them how to manage those things. But honestly, they have not really noticed much at all that things seem simpler on the shelves, and it's given us more time to do things in the kitchen and other practical life activities. So these two changes, they have really created margin in our days, and when I have some margin in my day and schedule, I'm more peaceful, and this is what makes me a better mother. So for me, those $20 spent on a little mother's helper is worth it to me. It helps my children, and it even helps those little girls grow and develop more skills. I'm really excited for this new season ahead. I'm grateful for the margin that I have created in the last few weeks, and I hope this just gets you a chance to create some margin for you in this new season ahead. Those are some of my honest, raw thoughts, things that I have been thinking lately that I just wanted to share with you. Have a great day. Bye.